rats in the shed. But on this one, the rats are in the house as well. This is quite a bad one. We'll show you inside in a little while. This we think is what we call a satellite nest that's come off the original problem. But keep watching the video and it'll all explain itself over the next few visits. As you can see here, this is one of the funniest rat holes I've ever seen. The rats have literally chewed through the shed floor. So what we're going to be doing here though, because we want to gauge just how bad this situation is for our customers, what we're going to do, we're going to put down some of our favourites. That one's set, Rick. Thank you for telling me, that was close, that would have been YouTube gold. So basically these are black cat's rat traps, which is a rather big mouthful. And the way these work is they work upside down, so the rat tries to pick up, in this case the licorice all sorts, and basically that brings that crashing down on its back of its neck. So hopefully we're going to get some good footage of this. It's absolutely freezing today, so I'm going to hurry up. I'm going to get these traps set. Let's get some Quaker oats in them to tempt them up in the first place. And one of the ways that these work is we get some of those Quaker oats and we put them underneath in that little pot. So when the rats come and they've eaten all these free offerings around the outside, what they really want is this in the middle. But even if they're timid, they'll keep on eating these oats and they'll push it underneath there to get the rest of the oats, push that up, and then bang! Which is some happy hunting then. And I'll get these laid down now, Rick. Are you going to go inside and start putting them behind that fridge? Yeah. This is why you shouldn't really use expanding foam to stop rats or mice, for that matter as well, or squirrels. It's pointless. And to be honest with you, rats absolutely love to chew on foam. So if you're using it to block holes, if they weren't using the hole before, you could actually end up attracting them to the hole that they weren't even using in the first place. But you can see this was all full of expanding foam. These are all the smear marks where the rats have been coming out, but they've chewed straight through this expanding foam, look. So what we're going to do on this one now is we're going to, you can see all the dirty footprints on here. We've had a camera sat right here. And I think on that camera it's going to show you perfectly when we go on about neophobia and a neophobic reaction. You'll see it exactly in here, because I've got a funny feeling you'll see some little eyes pop out of that hole. And whether they've come across the traps, I don't know. They've actually got up to this one, and if we left it there for weeks and weeks, it might get to the point where it'll get one. But what we're going to do here is we've got plenty of activity up in the loft and other places. So we're going to seal that up with some wild wool for now temporarily, until we get to the root cause of this, which we will be doing very, very soon for our customer. Isn't that amazing footage? I think that's either both hilarious and brilliant all at the same time. We got that rat in the end. We know from the footage, from the trail cams, there's at least one more still underneath here. The one that got whacked on the nose. Have a look at this though, where they've cleaned up all the free offerings. It's almost like they've gone around with a hoover, look. You see that? But what we're going to do, because we don't think there's millions of them underneath the shed, what we're going to do is we're going to take a couple of these and we're going to put those up in the loft as well, because that's obviously where all the activity is. I mean, have you seen that yet? It's brilliant, isn't it?
About an hour's worth, so you'll only get a couple minutes.
Yeah, but keep watching because there's more to come. Let's have a look at what we've actually got on the traps. The traps seem to have gone missing where we put them.
There's one there.
We found, well, where's this one, Rick? Ah, there, look. So there's one.
Oh,
where's these ones that were up here though?
There's loads on the top of that suitcase.
Oh my.
Well,
I thought that was a massive rat.
we've got to show how strong the traps are.
Look at that. Literally had its innards. There's nothing left inside it. Look.
No way.
It's literally. It's like a coat. Look, like a fur coat. So where's the other trap? Oh, there's another one. Another trap.
There's a pile of fur over there.
Well, if you look, if they've stripped the fur off that as well, haven't they? This is going to be some. Hopefully, all the trail cams have worked, and let's see what we've got. Yeah, the reason we didn't put tracking dust down in here is because obviously tracking dust gets everywhere, and there's a lot of stuff inside here, and everything would be covered in footprints. I still can't get over this.
That's mind-boggling.
That is. Just look at the face on it, right? So it's literally over everything. There is nothing left inside that rat's body. It's literally.
It's just skin.
I can't believe I'm doing this, but
Yeah.
look at that. It's a rat jacket. He was enjoying his licorice allsort there. And we've got these other two from up here as well. These are juveniles, look.
You know what I find strange? Why haven't they done the same thing to the other two?
Well, they've got off that one, look, they've managed to take the licorice allsort off. The bonbon they didn't seem so keen on, although they've chewed the side off that one. Now, I had big hopes for these bonbons. But that one, that was his last meal, look.
I don't want us to keep looking at it.
Right, let's get them in a bag and then let's get it all baited back up, and we're back next week and see how many we catch then. Back in the shed again. It's a bit gory, this one, to be honest with you, so if you're a bit on the squeamish side, you don't want to see this, okay? This chap or lady here,
It's frozen.
not great, but you see the fact that there's all this blood here, I think someone's using rodenticides. And after we've gone through all this hassle of keeping the environment safe and non-target species and stuff, that's lovely. It's actually halfway through a poo. Look, that was a quick death one. That's the way I want to go. On the job or on the job, that's the way to do it, isn't it? Right. I'm going to set one more trap down here. So I think we've got them all out of here now. I'll reset one of these, and then we go up in the loft and see what we caught up there. We'll be back in a few days, as soon as we can fit it in anyway. We're going to do a survey of the sewer, see where the rats are actually coming from, because I'm pretty convinced on this one that's what's going on. And we'll find out more in the next few days. Keep watching, and don't forget, have a subscribe, because it's always fun with the pest interceptors. That's a young one. That's a young. There's obviously a nest somewhere in here, isn't there? Okay. Let's get on to the next job. Let's get these rebaited up and out we go. And here we are. We've got the go ahead to do the survey now. We've caught loads of rats here. Got the sewer cam here again. First thing we see in here, Rick, so I point to it with your thingy. I mean, look at those droppings down there. They're like I've done them. There's some big rats have done that.
Oh yeah, you can see it a lot better.
They're massive, absolutely huge, those droppings.
Yeah.
And yet again, because of the coloration on there, it kind of says to me, yeah, there's someone using rodenticides here. And there's no need to use rodenticides. You should only use rodenticides, or for want of another word, poisons, if you know that there's no other option, you know? And we've proven to you on this already, with the amount of rats that we've caught on and off camera, that there's no need. Now, the next part of thing on this is, it's really, really deep. So, where the issue now is, I think you can actually see that on how deep it is. We need to get the camera up these two side pipes. I think that's where the issue is going to be. So we need to be able to get this down there. So what we do, and in this one it's even going to be a challenge still. So we've got the floppy head of that, all right? And what we're going to do is I'm going to push that down in this half pipe, basically, just to give it a bit of guidance. Jobs where you need three hands, isn't it?
Probably do with me helping you hold that, to be honest.
And what we do, we use that to guide it into the actual, if we can. Go on. We'll show you when we've got the camera up there and we've found out what the problems are, because this is a three-handed job, I feel. So show us what we've got there, Ricky. So we've got the big old 6-inch rat flap on there. And what he's going to do, we're going to use that pole and give it a bit of a, that's where it's got to go, all the way down there. This arm's just about long enough. Now it. Oh my god. Now you're under the pole.
I showed my mates at work, the one in the shed.
Oh, right, yeah.
And everyone.
It's amazing how many times it's been rewinded to that bit where it's.
I've been rewinding it.
Well done, Ricky. Well done. So you probably heard the customer there talking about the rat that he's been watching on YouTube that we caught in his shed. If you look up here, you'll probably see a link to it. Rat flapping. Done.